Hello, everybody. Today, I would like to practice the reading. Is the article about education for sustainable development. It is a research overview to 2010 from CEDA. So now I would like to come to the content, the table of contents. Introduction, blah blah, and then I come to the region, Asia Pacific region. So I click on the page 31 over here. Now we come to 5.2 key sustainable development challenges, the Asia Pacific region. All those regions are impressive in terms of size, population, and diversity. The Asia-Pacific region spans the globe on three dimensions. The region includes five subregions which are all impressive in size and diversity and combined hold more than half of the world population. Some key challenges to consider when interpreting ESD progress in the Asia Pacific include the following issues, which vary from subregion to subregion, country to country, and also within national borders. First, cultural barriers, ethnic, religious, and linguistic barriers resulting in migration, lack of citizenship, human rights issues, and conflict. Traditional concepts and beliefs, particularly with regard to girls' education and life skills education, and loss of indigenous and traditional knowledge. Come to geography. The geographic size of larger countries in the region, larger populations, and diverse languages is a big challenge for sustainable development due to difficulty in networking, transportation, and communication, and also a limited delivery of services. And rural and remote areas, in particular, small island nations are often faced with marginalized population and more expensive delivery of services. Covenant national coordination, lack of interministerial coordination and cooperation can result in limited and uncoordinated political leadership on key issues. This poses a challenge as many countries require political support to implement new programs, concepts, and ideas. Decentralized centralized management and decision-making between national and provincial level in large countries can result in variability in the levels of development. Loss of financial for key projects, corruption, security, and armed conflict also pose major challenges. And come to education, shortage of donors support for formal and non-formal education to overcome issues associated with underpaid or underqualified teachers and trainers. Gender disparity in education, including disparities among teachers and the management levels in primary, secondary, and higher education. Universal primary education and universal completion can only be achieved in most countries if efficiency, the quality, and inclusiveness of the education system is improved. Early childhood care education (ECCE) will remain outside the reach of more young children unless efforts are undertaken to provide adequate financial resources for all children to participate, and marginalized and disadvantaged groups continue to face obstacles that prevent quality education and learning, such as street children and working children, religious, linguistic, and ethnic minorities, as well as the indigenous peoples, persons, children with disabilities or with special needs, children of very poor families, population in remote areas, and children in more difficult circumstances. Examples places affected with armed conflict, disaster, and calamity. Human resource capacity, low adult 15 and over, literacy rates, especially among women, limited training or professional development in a variety of contexts, including industry, formal education, and the community. The need for cooperation and coordination between different government departments and ministries and the private sector to synergize skills training programs that better match the needs of trainees and labor market demand. An effective initiative for adolescents and youth are needed to develop their life and livelihood skills, including adolescent and reproductive health, natural disaster. In the recent past, Asia Pacific region has faced an increasing number of recurring natural disasters, tsunamis, earthquakes, cyclones, floods, droughts, volcanic eruption, etc., which remained a challenge for sustainable development due to temporary and prolonged disruption to the infrastructure, the surrounding environment, socio-economic structure of waste life. Many of these challenges were re-emphasized as thematic sustainable development priorities by UNESCO member states during 2008 Asia Pacific Subregion ESD Constellation, sponsored by the Japanese Five Interests Table 1. You see from Table 1. Wow. Region-specific ESD issues based on regional constellation workshops. ESD in the Asia Pacific region is a point where countries are beginning to engage in clear strategy for ESD, moving from ESD in theory to practice, by identifying clear fragmented national ESD priority, linking priority to existing aims and objectives for education and learning in current policy, building inter-ministerial support, discussing financing and engaging with the right people at the national level. Recent developments are steering toward a goal to incorporate or link ESD to national development plans, national sustainable development strategy, and a poverty reduction strategy to increase the importance of the role ESD in addressing the growing list of recent sustainable development challenges in the Asia Pacific region. ESD is developed the most in the region within formal education. They lead to government engagement in the non-formal and informal education settings. As a result, there is insufficient government funding for non-formal and informal ESD awareness-raising programs and initiatives. Furthermore, they lead to attention for development of ESD materials and tools for groups that fall under the category of non-formal and informal education. Then emphasis to promote regional cooperation. For example, UNESCO, Bangkok, and several UN agencies discussed the TESD in UNDESD in Interagency Steering Committee of Asia Pacific. Committee updates members on the implementation of its authors' past events, promotes joint planning and alignment of activity. ESD requires the full support of government to move forward. As ESD is a cross-sectoral initiative, many government ministries and departments, in addition to NGOs and IGOs, are involved in ESD-related activity. It's not only difficult to coordinate ESD activities among the various ministry, departments, and sectors, but it's also challenging to identify ESD in its initiative and philosophy. So somehow there are a lot of things here, many aspects of the region, and also the lack of material at the here for the teaching for ESD. So that's it. Thank you.